And welcome back. I think the whole car market knows the Fiat, or otherwise Stellantis, better known as now to these days, will launch the Grande Panda. But the difference in Brazil is, will be more, more down to earth interiors, should say, more basic. That doesn't mean it will lose that sophisticated design which the Grande Panda's got now. Will be more, like the old Panda of the early 2000s, or I should say 2023 and to 2011. And the engine, puretec, Brazilians don't want that shit over there. I think they will use the traditional engines which they use always in Fiat. Fiat in Brazil, they do sell a lot of cars down there. And obviously they don't want to know nothing about electric cars down there. Probably maintain the name of Panda, or would be called a Fiat Uno, who knows. But there'll be a version which will be produced there. I don't know whether they're going to produce a hybrid version. I don't think so. Because, like I mentioned, the Brazilian markets don't give a shit about electric cars. So they would be mounting the traditional, Fiat engines, which they are descendants of what you would call it, fire. Legendary engine more than 40 years ago they developed. First they appeared in the Fiat Uno, the Panda Young, and it evolved on, and then ever more sophisticated, more complex. But for the Fiat, that engine saved them from total bankruptcy and disaster. Because the times of the Fiat Uno and the Grande Punto, which saved the Fiat Torino from total bankruptcy, as some say. Not like today, there are multi-marks in this group, which is called Stellantis, and they use these horrible three-cylinder engines, which they come from the Peugeot Gamma, which is another brand, or Stellantis, which that horrible engine you will find inside the Nova Lance Ypsilon, which is a 1.2 with turbo, and they have intentions to use that model for a rally car this year, the World Rally Championships. It's got nothing to do with the Mifo Lancia Stratos or the Lancia Delta Integrale. Those were bloody cars, racing cars, rally cars. Not these, was it three-cylinder tricycle engines, which are Japanese. They may be adapted for, small cars under 1000cc, like the Smart, the Matiz, I think the Volkswagen Up, Toyota Aygo, and things like that. You start sticking these engines underneath more bigger cars like SUVs, no. You lose horsepower, and as for petrol, it drinks a lot, it does. Like some say, no, it doesn't drink more petrol, more efficient, more ecological. It's a load of bullshit. And considering the Lancia Ypsilon, the new one which came out, looks like a fucking Peugeot, costs 29,000 euro, believe it or not. And the predecessor, which was made in Poland, in a Tiki factory, was a four-cylinder engine you could have got. Was half the price. And it goes to show three-cylinder engines, they don't cost less to produce. They make you pay more regarding the traditional four-cylinder engine, which four-cylinder engine, in my opinion, is more efficient than a three-cylinder engine if you want to go over 1000cc, horsepower, I should say. So that's the story. The Fiat Panda, in Brazil would probably call it Fiat Uno. Who knows, it may even maintain a Panda as well. Will be exactly the same aesthetically outside, probably some inside, less sophisticated, more down-to-earth interiors. And one thing before I sign off, there won't be mounting those puretec engines. Not in Brazil. I don't want them. They are using them, was it the old traditional engines which are made in 10 to 15 years ago, Fiat, which are reliable, efficient, and as for maintenance, affordable, unlike other brands. Especially with a puretec engine, when you have to change the belt of the, which is inside the motor, for more than 1,000 euro to do it. You got to be kidding. If you're going to change a belt of a standard car, it costs you less than half that much probably. The water pump and the distribution belt, and there you are, a few hours of work. Puretec engine, you have to spend a hell of a lot more working hours. Mechanically speaking, it will cost you more.